What's up, everyone? I thought I'd give you a little update as to the account again. Uh, the last 24 hours have been pretty good. As you can see, we've had quite a jump up on the actual account itself. I think last video it was level 30, now it's level 36, so the account's grown by 6 levels. It's not too bad. Overall galactic power has gone up. I think it was 15,500 yesterday. It's now 20,800. So you can see it's grown significantly, considering how early we are in the game. I'm just going to remove the favorites and bring up all the characters. It's been an awesome day for growth in terms of gaining new characters. We finally got one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. I think many people's favorite Star Wars character of all time. We got Darth Vader. Really solid character. I haven't really looked too much into him at the moment. It's more just been the fact that I've got Darth Vader now that sort of made me happy that he's there. His abilities do look quite interesting. Won't really talk about him too much at the moment. Not really using him too hardcore at the moment. So he's just there. He's a cool addition to the team. Apart from that, I think Zeb is definitely new. He was one that I was missing yesterday. We got him, and I'll show you how I got him. So for new players who are looking to get some of these characters, I'll show you how it works in just a second. Chopper's leveled up a little bit. He's now green tiered. You'll notice that the main team that I was working with yesterday now are all in blue level gear, and we finally made it. I think most of them now are gear level 4. I think that's the first tier level of blue. It is. So that's really good. And I just managed to get Kanan to 4 stars. So all in all, in terms of the account growth, it's been really good. I think you can also sort of see that through my light side and dark side battles. I've really been working my way, trying to get the characters geared up as much as possible. I think for the first time today, I felt the game slow down quite a little bit. I will show you that quickly, and then I'll show you how we can unlock some characters. So let's pull a character up who's at white gear. So if we use this guy, the Night Trooper, you'll notice that he needs 1 item on the left hand side here in order to be able to equip it, and that's it. He obviously needs a level requirement of 2. Not the biggest thing in the world. If I go here again, just a different item, he only needs 1 of these to equip. So when I equip it like this, it goes on. Great. What I'm noticing with my higher level characters, if we bring up the farm boy version of Luke Skywalker, as you can see, he only needs 1 more item to go to rank 5. But if I have a look here, it's got 2 items or 3 items that I'm missing. Doesn't seem that big of a deal, but if I click on the item, I now need 5 of these items in order to craft that new piece, and I need 5 and another 5, so I need 10 of these items to create that. That's going to take a little bit more time. I did do this with Kanan earlier with his last gear set, and I kept doing the fight, but I was unable to get the items, so I ended up burning a lot of energy trying to get the required materials. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but I did notice the game has slowed down now because even just gearing requires more from the characters themselves, or more from the equipment. So unfortunately that means it is going to slow down. If I just come back into here again, there's not much more to show. We're also noticing now I'm needing 65 shards in order to get to 5 stars, so that's going to take a significant more time as well. Level 35, this one's probably the easiest one to do. It's tied to the account progression. So all in all, it's looking pretty good. The abilities up here on the left, haven't really worked too much with. I'm missing a lot of the materials in order to get that. I'm waiting for the event to roll back around. So I say event, it's not called an event, it's called challenge. So once challenge rolls around again, I'll be able to get it. This is the one I'm looking for, and it looks like it opens up on the next one is Saturday. So sort of stuck with that at the moment, but it's not deterring me too much. But let's go back to what I was talking about before about pulling characters. The 5 characters that I showed in my last video the Phoenix squad that I said that they are quite good as a beginner team. If we go into, we'll do Ezra this time, we'll look at him. If we go to this team here, this synergy team, a lot of these characters, in fact, I think all of these characters are handed out through quests. If I get rid of this, let's go back to the home screen, make this quick. If I go to objectives down here on the right, and I go to quests, there's a whole heap of quests that will unlock as you keep playing the game. It will ask you to do some sort of little task and it will give you rewards. There is a couple here that reward character shards. So you'll see there's one for Ahsoka, which is not really relevant for what we're working with right now, but there's the last character I need for that Phoenix team, Hera. Okay, so all I need to do is fulfill these two requirements, which is get my reach level 40 unlock Galactic War and win 3 battles in Galactic War. So for a new player, if you're looking to unlock the characters specifically in the Phoenix squad, which is those 5 characters that I showed you before, let's go to squad so I can see it. So it's this team down here on the second row. You can actually do it through the quests. So I would actually recommend, if you're interested in the Phoenix squad, if you're following like a farming guide, that just playing through the game and keeping a close eye on those objectives will actually make your life a little bit easier. You can of course farm them in other areas as well. Like we'll go through this quickly as well. If you look for Zeb, like you can find him in the Cantina battles. You can also pull him from all of these areas. I showed this yesterday. I'm not particularly interested in doing that. But he is fairly easily farmable. Chopper's actually in a few different spots, which is really good. I'm going to show you this as well, just for your reference. He is in a hard battle, so I can do that 5 times a day. You can see I've done it once. I think it was more so for an item. But the Cantina store, I'm going to go back to the menu so I can show you this, so you know where it is. If you go to shipments, on the left hand side here, you can see all the different things that I can have rewards for. The featured shipment, fairly straightforward. This is the one that's just like a mixture of like credits and gems. If you go to the Cantina battles, every single time you do the Cantina, you're given Cantina tokens, and you can swap them for shards and different items. Well, in this case, I think it's, oh yeah, so you actually get the ability materials, and you can also get character shards. Chopper is right here, so I'm going to collect 10 extra Chopper shards, and that just makes life that little bit easier. So all I'm looking for is that ability to be able to go through all this and just collect what I need. So I think that's a really good idea. I think it makes life a little bit easier, and it just means that you can keep collecting those shards. So if we go to Ezra, I will also say this, Ezra and Kanan, really good. They're both in the Cantina battles and they share a battle. So if you want to farm those guys up, you can actually farm them at the same time. Really good choice, I think, for a new player. It does give people the option. I think I will probably end up moving over to the Phoenix team once I get the last character. I actually had a comment from someone saying that, you know, it's good to have a look at a couple of guides and just farm up more so what you want as well, but also looking at like those team compositions. So thank you very much for your comment. I appreciate it. But I think once I get that last Phoenix character, I'm going to use them to try and build them up and just go from there. I will still level other characters as well, obviously, but I think we're in a really good spot. I think tomorrow I will probably hit account rank 40, and I should be able to start working on that, and that means from there on I will have a bit of a better time. The only unfortunate thing I'm seeing is with that last character in particular, with Hera, the only other place I can get her is in a hard battle, which means it's limited to 5 shots a day unless I want to spend gems to refresh it, which is not really what I'm looking for at the moment, at least. But all in all, despite the fact that it's gotten a little bit slower today, and I have noticed that, it's still been a pretty good day. I'm still having a lot of fun, obviously, playing this game. And yeah, it's good. I highly recommend it to at least, again, give it a shot if you are interested in what you're seeing here. But I thought what I would do to finish off this video is Yesterday I talked about having unlocked this fleet battle here. I'm going to just work our way through it and see if we can do it. So it looks like for the first time we'll unlock a new character, the Resistance Pilot. So let's do that, shall we? So we'll go battle, and it should give us some characters. Oh, it gives us a couple of choices. That's probably fine. Let's just do that. And we'll just work our way through this event. So I think this event is open for everyone. It doesn't seem to have a time limit on it like some of the other ones. There's one for like a swamp trooper. That one is limited at the moment only to, I think it's got like 1 day left or something like that. So to have this one here, it's quite good just to sort of see how it goes. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to put potency on. There's that potency buff. Yesterday I was trying to show you this, but that's it there. So increases the chance to apply detrimental effects. So when it's Obi-Wan's turn again, we will obviously attack with his ability in order to get some extra effects, like shut down the enemy. Let's see what this does. Oh, grants protection up and debuffs from himself. Okay, we won't necessarily do that. I know what that one is. Let's just do a normal attack. Let's keep this simple. It's not a very hard fight, let's be fair. Yeah, good, dead. But let me know what you think about this game. If you give it a go, if you've watched this video and you go, oh, it seems good, I'll give it a go, please let me know what you think down in the comments. There's all those ability blocks, which is good. We saw those yesterday, but it's nice to see that the combination of those techniques work. It's just a nice little way to have a little bit of strategy early on in the game. I feel like once you sort of get to more of the end game and you have a lot more characters, I actually think the amount of strategy that goes into this game will grow exponentially. I think there's a lot there that is really not shown up front. It's probably a good thing too, because you don't want it to be too difficult where everyone has to try and micromanage and min-max everything. It's actually good to see that there are just some basic options. So we've beaten that. That was good. What's next? So the next one requires the level 27, and we get an X-Wing. We're going to keep it nice and simple today. I don't think we'll continue from there. Just a little bit of a show as to what's going on. We might come back and do that one again tomorrow. We might start with that just to make it a little bit more interesting. But we've unlocked the Resistance Pilot. Let's do that. And there we go. Awesome. Another one to add to the collection. Let's see who they work well with. Oh, okay. So she's a Resistance player or character. And it's more with the sequel trilogy. Not really my cup of tea, but hey, a free character's a free character. That's all you can really hope for, really, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Today, a little bit more of a long one, a little bit more to discuss. I think it's important, to be honest, that now I'm starting to feel that the game is slowing down a little bit, and it's more about controlling what my goals are in the game, rather than just going, oh, it's now bad because it's taking me longer. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more important to just be aware that it is going to slow down, because it is now trying to go, hey, you can speed things up by going to the shop. It actually hasn't popped up today, but I've had some pop-ups for buying a bundle that will get me right to the max level at 85, and I've obviously not bought it. If it pops up again, I'll put it in the next video to show you. But it is going to start obviously marketing stuff to you now, because you're a little bit more invested. So just keep that in mind as well. It is a free-to-play game. It's going to try and make its money from somewhere, but it's not too egregious at this point. I don't feel like I need to spend any money to play it. So I think despite the fact that it's asking me to pay money, it's good that it's not limiting me in the sense that I feel like the only way to progress is to buy something. So that is good. At least they still remember that there's a game there, rather than just a money hole that you keep throwing your hard-earned dollars into. But that's enough for today, I think. Thank you very much for your time. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to give it a like, share a comment if you've played this game longer than I have, which I don't think is very hard if it's only day 3 now. Leave some wisdom, some comments down below. Give me some tips. More than happy to have a chat and have a bit of a listen from a more experienced player. Subscribe to keep up to date and see where this count eventually progresses to. And I'll catch you in the next video. All right. See you later, guys and girls. Have a good one.